What's going on, guys? This is Snoop603 and Fake Thriller, and welcome to another episode of our Battlefield 3 weapon reviews. Today, we're looking at the Scar H. This gun is available only in the Engineer class, and is unlocked after earning 14,000 points in the Engineer class.
A little weapon info on the Scar for you guys. The nation of origin is Belgium. The magazine capacity is 20 plus 1 in the chamber. The fire rate is a low 600 rounds per minute. The fire type is full auto and semi-auto. The reload time is 2.25 seconds with a bullet chambered, and 2.85 seconds when the magazine is totally empty. The damage stats are 30 hit points of damage per bullet at 8 meters, and it trails down to 17 hit points of damage per bullet out to 50 meters.
The Scar seems to be a very confused weapon. It has the magazine size of your average carbine or SMG, but it has the knockdown power of some of the best assault rifles. The thing that really stood out to me about this gun is the difference between full auto and semi-auto, and just how much recoil you get between the two. Obviously, with semi-auto, you're going to get a lot less recoil, but what really stood out to me about this gun is even when trying to shoot in bursting shots or single shots, the recoil was unbearable. In semi-auto mode, there's almost no recoil. It's a night and day difference. I found that it really excelled when I would use single fire only, than to put my trust in what this gun is capable of going full auto. I do like this gun though. It's capable of being used by any kind of player. I also found it held up pretty well in all range firefights. My preferred attachments are the holographic sight, foregrip, and the laser sight. Overall, I'm going to give this gun a 4 out of 5. The two major issues I find with this gun are its rough recoil and smaller than average magazine size. However, the high knockdown power makes up for the smaller mag, so I'd encourage everyone to give it a chance.
As Snoop603 said, the Scar is another gun that seems to be having an identity crisis. During the beta, the Scar's high damage combined with the damage glitch caused the community to cry out for a nerf. The Scar was nerfed for the game's release, and what we're left with is a high damage, slow firing weapon with too small of a magazine. The magazine size is the dictating factor for this gun. At first, I used the Scar like I do most weapons in the Engineer class. I would run and gun and always try for a flank. The problem I continually ran into was that after killing my first enemy, I would encounter another enemy with too few bullets in my magazine, or when I was in mid-reload. This would almost certainly end with my death. After trying and failing over and over with a run and gun style, I switched to more of a support style role. I equipped the Scar with the M1911 3.4 times zoom scope, a suppressor, and a foregrip. I found a position of advantage and waited for the enemy to appear. I found that quickly burst firing the weapon, even from a distance, would work much more effectively. I also found the Scar's unpleasant recoil would often travel up and land a headshot, downing my opponent even faster. All in all, I was glad to find a way for the Scar to work. And while it's not suitable for every playstyle or every map, it's a solid gun. I'm giving the Scar H a 3 out of 5.
That's going to wrap up the review for the Scar H. Overall, the gun has earned a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Up next, for the second part of our review, we're going to cover the M1911. This pistol, as a secondary, is available for all classes. To unlock it, there seems to be some confusion. The only thing we could find thus far is that you needed to sign up for the gun club and link it to your EA account, but neither of us have done that, and we have the pistol, so it's still up in the air as to how to officially unlock this gun.
A little weapon info on the M1911. The nation of origin is the United States of America. The magazine capacity is only 9 rounds. The fire rate is 380 rounds per minute. The fire type is semi-automatic only. The reload time is 1.75 seconds with a bullet chambered, or 2.1 seconds when it's empty. The damage stats are a high 34 damage at 12 meters that trail down to the standard 12.5 damage out to 50 meters.
The thing that stands out most to me about the M1911 is it seems to have a fire rate cap on it. No matter how fast I could shoot, this gun would hit its limit. That's not the kind of weapon that anyone would want to have when they're in close quarters fighting and you need the higher fire rate to give you an edge. I did find that it was a pretty good gun at long range kills, certainly not something you'd want to really rely on, and at medium range it also performed pretty well. But anything close range, you better hope the other guy is terrible at aiming. I was also surprised at the M1911's hit damage. Given that it's a 45 caliber pistol in game and in real life, it should have a very high damage rating, but this gun just seems to lack that knockdown power. I found myself needing 4 bullets or more for most gun battles to get the kill, with the occasional 3 shots if I was lucky and get my aim perfect. Of the few versions available to use, I would pick the M1911 tactical version with the TAC flashlight. I figure that if I want to get an edge with this pistol and win most close range firefights, I want the power of the sun to blind my enemies. Overall, I'm going to give this pistol a 2 to 5. The majority of situations that require you to use your pistol are else close range, when you've run your primary dry and you don't have time to reload. And that gun does not do well in this situation, especially if you need 2 or more shots to get the kill.
The M1911 is not my first choice when choosing a sidearm, but that's not because it isn't good. The 1911 deals a higher maximum damage than any of the other semi-automatic pistols, but it pays for it in fire rate. It's definitely a middle ground sidearm. It's nestled between the faster semi-autos and the harder hitting revolvers. The main problem I have with the 1911 is the fire rate. I'm able to surpass the allowed fire rate with my trigger finger, so in the heat of battle, I'll actually pull the trigger so fast that the gun can't keep up, and I end up with hiccups in my firing. It throws off my rhythm. My main use for a pistol is to finish off a wounded enemy after my primary runs dry. Therefore, I prefer the other faster firing semi-auto pistols. I usually don't need the added punch offered with the 1911. The 1911 excels when used with a sniper rifle primary. I found it to be an excellent weapon to switch to when moving in on an MCOM or breaching a building, and your sniper rifle would be of little use. The 1911 offers a suppressed version and a version equipped with a tactical light. For general use, I would recommend the tac light, just for that added advantage in the heat of battle. A sudden burst of light could be the factor that tips the scales in your favor. That being said, if you're running an aggressive recon kit and plan on flanking enemies, it'll be best to remain undetected. In this case, go with the suppressor. Overall, I'm going to give the M1911 a 3 out of 5 stars.
Alright guys, that's going to wrap up yet another duel review from shustybang. Overall, the M1911 has earned 2.5 out of 5 stars. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Keep coming back for more. Leave some comments. Let us know what you'd like to see next. Thanks guys.
Hey guys, check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/fakethriller and twitter.com/snoof603.